Mongolian, or Mongol, is a Mongolic language which comes from the Middle Mongol language, which comes from Proto-Mongolic, which originally derives from Pre-Proto-Mongolic, which all comes from the Altaic Language Family. Currently, Mongolian is spoken by around 7 million people in the country of Mongolia, as well as the Inner Mongolian region in China and Xinjiang. There are also some speakers in the Gansu and Xinhai region of China, and when talking about the Mongolian language, we typically refer to the Khalkha dialect as being the primary dialect of the standard language. However, other dialects such as Oirat, Buryat, and Ordos are commonly spoken throughout Russia, Mongolia, and China. Other departments of various language institutes classify Mongolian into different dialect groups such as Northern, consisting of 2 distinct versions of Buryat, Eastern, which includes Kharchin and Khorchin, Western, including Oirat, and one called Kalmuk, and finally a central dialect being Khalkha Chachar and Ordos, according to the language Shadavin Lufsfan-Vedan. I have no idea how to pronounce that name. The Mongolian people as an ethnicity is not an easy topic to discuss. Not merely because of the potential controversy, that's it. You see, before Temujin, better known as Genghis Khan, the people who lived in Mongolia were parts of various nomadic steppe tribes. Within these steppe tribes, there was a serious lack of formal record keeping before the unification of the Mongolian people. So, to pinpoint the origin of an already complex mix of people is not something that can be easily explained in this video. Sorry, history buffs. Although, let's quickly go over some Mongolian history we do know, since we can't completely skip the history side of things if we want to understand the language. We have some reason to believe that the Mongols may be the descendants of the Huns. Between the 4th and 6th centuries AD, the nomadic people known as the Huns made frequent visits to the boys in Europe. It's possible that the Huns came from an earlier steppe group somewhere in Asia known as the Xiongnu, who were nomadic steppe people inhabiting eastern Eurasia, sometime as early as the 4th century BC. But once again, this is hard to know for certain. What we do know is that the Huns were an inspiration for the Mongol army. The systematic and effective structure of the Mongol mounted archers is believed to come from the military structure led by Attila the Hun, according to the secret history of the Mongols. Going forward to 1162 AD, we see the birth of Temujin, who was born in the open grasslands of what we now call Mongolia. In 1171, his father gets poisoned by a bunch of Tatars, who were another group of Turkic steppe heads. After his father's death, everyone's like, yo, we out, and they abandon his entire family. Not long after he gets captured, Temujin then escapes. He comes to power by forming strategic alliances and eventually makes his own army and is like, yo, I'm dead coming with that heat. No cap. Mans eventually, after yamming on every other leader in sight, acclaims himself Genghis Khan, meaning universal ruler. Temujin and friends spend the next several decades pressing people in Asia, and his descendants later press people as far as Europe and the Middle East. Unlike most empires who had a thing for shoving their culture and way of life down other people's throats, the Mongols had a unique approach. They adopted the way of life of those they captured. In 1204 AD, the Mongols captured a Uyghur dude named Taratonga, who was a scribe, and taught the Mongol officials how to write in the Uyghur alphabet, which is based off of the Syriac alphabet. This is the first time that we have written records of the Mongol language, which we now refer to as Middle Mongol. During this time, the standard dialect of Middle Mongol is believed to have had various linguistic changes from what was spoken before. Linguists note the development of longer vowels and changes in vowel harmony. As mentioned earlier in this video, Mongolian has a variety of different dialects spoken in both Mongolia and Inner Mongolia. However, to make things easier, we're going to focus on the Khalkha dialect. One of the more interesting, in my opinion, facets of the Mongolian language is vowel harmony. The concept of vowel harmony may appear difficult to understand at first, but it's fairly straightforward. Mongolian vowel harmony simply means that words can only contain back vowels, or vowels that are emphasized with the back of your tongue, such as a, and u, or they can only contain front vowels such as e, o, and u. However, they cannot contain both types of vowels in one word, except for a foreign word such as the country name Turkestan. The vowel I is considered a neutral vowel and can appear in both front and back vowel-based words. An example of a back vowel word is the word soyur, which means culture. An example of a front voweled word is nokor, which means comrade or brethren. An example of a neutral voweled word is jori, meaning intention. There's more to vowel harmony, but to save time, we're going to leave it at that. You can check out our website and the list of resources to learn more about vowel harmony. Typically, Mongolian follows the subject, object, verb, word order, which is often used by other languages such as Japanese, Korean, and even Turkish. Another thing to note about Mongolian are the 2 scripts it uses, Cyrillic and the classic Mongolian script. The Cyrillic script is pretty easy to understand. It's the same script that Russian is written in with a few modifications to the alphabet. It adds what looks to be a 0, which makes the sound U, and what looks to be a Y, which makes the sound U, as in moon. The classic Mongolian script, as mentioned earlier, is derived from the Uyghur alphabet and is written from top to bottom, from left to right. Inner Mongolian seems to frequently use the classic Mongolian script more so than using the Cyrillic variation. Let's go over a few phrases in Mongolian, and as always, please forgive me for my god-awful pronunciation. Sain bano, how are you? Literally, are you good? Saino, hi. Bayrdla, thank you. You gini, what did you say? Mini ner Josh, my name is Josh. Ta hana sesrimbe, where are you from? I honestly have no idea why I created this video. I was learning about the Mongols through an audiobook called Genghis Khan and the Making of the Modern World, which I thought was pretty dope, so I was like, F it, I'll make a Koji video out of this. I'll leave a link in the description so you can listen to the book, as well as some additional resources to help you learn more about the Mongolian language. I also appreciate you guys being so patient with me, as I've been inactive from Koji for a couple of months now. I've been working different jobs and trying to keep myself from not going broke. That being said, I hope to create more Language Digest videos in the coming months. That's all for today, and as always, if you enjoy these videos, please leave a like, comment, and share this video, and subscribe for more, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.